He sent me the biggest bouquet of flowers I've ever seen, the biggest box of chocolates I've ever. He told me he had a TV crush on me and he wanted to take me out, and I just sort of kept like poo-pooing it, and then I finally said red flag, and clearly.
As the Valentine's Day craze settles, we stumble upon a love tale shrouded in mystery and unrequited affections. Kristin Cavallari unveiled a chapter from her past when, at the tender age of 22, Diddy made a move to court her affections. But what starts as a potential love story takes an unexpected turn. In a recent podcast appearance, Cavallari reveals a little-known detail from her past. Diddy once tried to date her. While some might swoon at the idea of Diddy's affections, Cavallari candidly admits she dodged a bullet. Now, with hindsight sharpening her perspective, she reflects on the incident, grateful that what seemed like a sweet gesture then feels like a fortunate escape now. But why did Kristin Cavallari consider herself lucky to have avoided Diddy's advances? Join us as we unravel this intriguing chapter in Hollywood's playbook and discover why Kristin Cavallari says Diddy tried to date her, she dodged a bullet. But before we go, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Now, let's dive in. On the latest episode of Let's Be Honest with Kristin Cavallari, the ex-reality TV star shared juicy details about her past romances. She spilled the tea on her dating experiences with different guys, dropping some names while keeping others under wraps. In one revealing moment, her friend and frequent podcast guest Justin Anderson prodded her about a mysterious Valentine's Day incident, asking why she couldn't spill the beans. Kristin responded cryptically, hinting at the guy's tarnished reputation. "He's not a good look right now. Do you know all the shit going on?" Justin, undeterred, pushed further, proposing to mention the name. With Kristin's approval, he dropped a bombshell. P. Diddy. Puff Daddy. I didn't really look into it, but yeah, he's in hot water right now. Kristin concurred, expressing relief. Well, I dodged a fucking bullet there. The drama surrounding Diddy, or Sean Combs, has been making headlines due to multiple lawsuits alleging sexual assault. Singer Cassie, his former girlfriend and artist under his label, sued him in November, accusing him of years of physical and sexual violence. While Cassie and Combs settled, more women have since come forward with similar claims. Despite the mounting accusations, Combs has vehemently denied all allegations. The unfolding scandal has cast a shadow over his reputation and sparked widespread discussion and controversy. On her podcast, Cavallari, who is now 37 years old, recounted a fascinating tale from her early 20s when Combs, also known as P, Diddy or Puff Daddy, tried to woo her. She reminisced, "Okay, so one Valentine's Day, I was 22, I believe. We had a mutual friend, he got my number, whatever. He sent me the biggest bouquet of flowers I've ever seen. The biggest box of chocolates I've ever seen. A huge teddy bear. All of his tequila, because he had a tequila brand at the time. I don't know if he still does." And I mean, it was like, holy shit. I mean, it was like multiple people bringing shit into my house. It was like shit you see in a movie. She continued, and then he told me he had a TV crush on me and he wanted to take me out.
Okay, I was 22, I believe. We had a mutual friend, he got my number or whatever. He sent me the biggest bouquet of flowers I've ever seen, the biggest box of chocolates I've ever seen, a huge teddy bear, all of his tequila, because he had a tequila brand at the time, I don't know if he still does. And I mean, it was like, holy and it was like multiple people like bringing shit into my house kind of a thing.
And I just sort of kept poo-pooing it, and then I finally said no. When Anderson asked if there was any part of her that was interested in him, she replied, I mean, there's obviously a part where you're like, whoa, this guy is spoiling the shit out of me. Like, that's so sweet, and I've never met this guy. Imagine if I was in a relationship with him, like how sweet it would be at the time because I was 21. Now, as an adult, I'm like, red fucking flag, and clearly. I mean, that's some love bombing kind of shit. Kristin's story is like a scene from a movie filled with grand gestures and a touch of romance. The lavish gifts and attention from a celebrity like Combs would make anyone feel special, but looking back, she now sees it as a potential warning sign. Her experience serves as a cautionary tale about the allure and complexity of relationships, especially when fame and fortune are involved. Did you ever say anything to him? Anderson asked. We talked a little bit. I mean, he kept asking me out, Cavallari said. And I think at first I was just like, oh yeah, haha, that kind of thing. She then hinted that the reason she turned Combs down was because she didn't find him attractive. And I've got a lot of stories like that, you guys, where I could never just go on a date with someone because it was so-and-so, she said. Like, I literally always have had to be attracted to you. That prompted a discussion about how, according to Cavallari, people always date all the time in Hollywood because it makes you a bigger celebrity. She, however, says she has never wanted to just be the arm candy. That's the thing, is people will do anything to be famous, she said. I mean, there are fake relationships all the time. It'd be like if I actually went down the Diddy road because it was going to make me more famous. It's like you do it because you know in the back of your mind it's good for your career. Judging by the way things have been going for Combs during the past few months, Cavallari's spidey senses were spot on. Anderson wanted to know if Cavallari ever confronted Combs about his advances. We chatted a bit. He kept asking me out, Cavallari shared. Initially, I just played it off like, oh yeah, haha, you know. She hinted that she turned Combs down because she didn't find him attractive. I've got lots of stories like that, guys, where I couldn't go on a date just because of who the person was, she explained. I've always had to genuinely like the person. This led to a discussion about how, in Hollywood, people often date for publicity to boost their fame. However, Cavallari has never been interested in being just a pretty accessory. People will do anything to become famous, she observed. There are fake relationships all the time. It would have been like if I dated Diddy just to become more famous. You do it because you think it will benefit your career. Given Combs' recent troubles, Cavallari's instincts seem to have been right on target. Meanwhile, do you remember the legal fight between Diddy and Dio over abuse allegations, which adds a new twist to his story, making it even more complex? Dio distancing themselves from Diddy due to the allegations is a big blow to the mogul. Dio, a major player in the global spirits market, is now in a legal battle with Diddy over abuse claims. This goes beyond a simple business dispute. It shows Diddy's strained relationships with entities that have more influence than anyone in the music industry. In a legal dispute with Sean Diddy Combs, the major company Diageo has accused Diddy of mistreating singer Cassie over a long period. Diageo is now pushing to remove Diddy as the public face of their tequila brand Dylan Tequila, fearing that the abuse accusations could harm the brand's reputation. They are also seeking changes in the legal proceedings for the case scheduled for the upcoming year. This demand by Diageo came to light during another lawsuit in which Diddy accused Dio of marketing Crow and Dion Tequila exclusively to black customers. On November 16, 2023, singer Cassie Ventura filed a lawsuit against Sean Combs Diddy in a Manhattan federal court, alleging physical abuse during their decade-long relationship. According to legal documents, Cassie joined Diddy's record label in 2005, and they began dating in 2007. Allegedly, Diddy became controlling and abusive after Cassie's album release, pressuring her into drug use and displaying violent behavior until their breakup in 2018. The lawsuit describes severe incidents of assault. Cassie, through her lawyer, is prepared to share her story to raise awareness about violence in relationships. Diddy's lawyer, Ben Brafman, has strongly denied these claims, calling them baseless and outrageous lies meant to damage Diddy's reputation. The legal battle between the parties involved continues, revealing a complex and intense situation. The day after Cassie filed her lawsuit, a quick settlement was reached, but the details were kept private. Cassie expressed her desire for a settlement that would give her some control, indicating that she wanted a resolution that met her needs. The fallout from this legal conflict is significant. Dio distancing itself from Combs over the abuse allegations marks a major turning point in Diddy's fortunes. It suggests that Diddy's presumed immunity, possibly linked to his alleged status as an informant for the FBI, is no longer protecting him from the consequences of his actions. This change is more than just a legal dispute. It signifies the collapse of a once strong defense that shielded Diddy from various accusations and legal challenges. The idea of Diddy being an FBI informant is a key focus of this story. This theory suggests that Diddy, once protected by the FBI, is now facing the consequences of his actions. The unraveling of Sean Diddy's once secure position in the entertainment industry and beyond is a story of overstepping boundaries and facing the inevitable results. Insights from Gene Deal's revelations shed light on how Diddy's alleged role as an FBI informant, if true, has contributed to his current situation. Diddy's misuse of power and trust has seriously damaged his once great reputation, leading to a noticeable distancing from important allies and protectors. Diddy's dealings with individuals who have more influence than typical figures in the music industry have had both positive and negative effects. While these connections initially benefited him, they have now resulted in a significant loss of support and protection. A clear example of this change is Diddy's connection with Dio, a big company that makes alcoholic drinks. Dio deciding to distance itself from Diddy because of the abuse claims shows not only a drop in Diddy's power, but also the breaking of friendships that used to be very strong. Losing this support is a big part of Diddy's situation right now. In the past, there were times when people thought the FBI was giving Diddy special treatment because he might have been helping them with information. Now, without this protection, old problems and legal issues are coming back up, putting Diddy under a lot of pressure and maybe even facing punishments he managed to avoid before. This change is a very important moment in Diddy's life, from seeming like nothing could touch him to becoming more vulnerable because of things he did in the past. Gene Deal talks about adds more layers to this unfolding story. He talks about how Diddy associated with risky people, which might have put his supposed special treatment at risk. It's a story of making risky choices and dealing with the possible consequences. Gene Deal's insights give us a better understanding of why Diddy's situation has changed so much. His friendships with the wrong people and maybe not using his special status correctly have led to big changes in his life. When big companies like Geo and the FBI stop supporting someone like Diddy, it's a very important moment in his career and life, showing that things won't be as easy for him anymore when it comes to dealing with problems. Now that Diddy doesn't have the FBI's protection anymore, a lot of lawsuits are coming up, revealing parts of his life that were hidden before. On November 16th, a major event unfolded when singer Cassie filed a lawsuit against Diddy, claiming he physically hurt her during their 10-year relationship. This legal move put Diddy in the spotlight, inspiring other women to speak up about similar experiences. Surprisingly, even male escorts have shared upsetting stories about things Diddy supposedly made them do. These shocking accusations have seriously affected Diddy's business deals. Meanwhile, after Cassie accused Diddy of hurting her for years, many other women came forward with similar stories. He notably decided not to attend the 2024 Grammys due to the controversy surrounding him. Before this news broke, he was up for a Grammy for Best Progressive R&B Album for the Love album, Off the Grid. He has denied hurting anyone but settled the lawsuit Cassie filed against him. Kristin Cavallari mentioned she was relieved that the dark side of Hollywood is being exposed, with more people speaking out about being mistreated by powerful figures in the industry. She now realizes she made a lucky escape by turning him down. Do you think Kristin Cavallari really didn't find Diddy attractive at that time? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Then check out the next video if you don't know that. Dave Chappelle goes after Cat Williams for being anti-black. And don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next video.